If you think you might have dyscalculia, you came to the right place. I created a little test for you with a couple of questions, after which you will have a good impression whether you have it or you don't. Hey, my name is Arije. I'm a dyslexic in the field of education studies, and if you have dyslexia already, you have around a 40% chance of having dyscalculia at the same time. So naturally, I have been quite interested in this question myself. So yesterday night I went through a bunch of screenings and I sorted them, after which I created categories for all the different questions to figure out which questions were asked most frequently. So now I have 12 questions for you in order of importance. The more important ones will be towards the end of the video, and the more oftentimes you answer yes to these questions, the more likely it becomes that you have dyscalculia. And just as a reminder, by no means should this video be a replacement for an official diagnosis. And that's about all you need to know. So let's get into it. Do you have trouble telling the time on an analog clock? Or maybe you have difficulties with the digital one where you see 18 and then you don't instantly know that that means 6 o'clock at night. If you have a math task in front of you, would you start figuring out the answer without first estimating a result? And when you calculate, would you tend to use your fingers while doing so? And now, as the next question, we're looking at financial planning. Is that difficult for you? Do you have, for example, trouble sticking to a certain budget? Would it be hard for you to learn these different dance moves? If so, then that would be another indicator that you might have dyscalculia. And also in school, was it hard to memorize the times tables? For example, 9 times 4 or 7 times 8. For me, that's still hard today. And let's say we're in a cafe now. Would you avoid working out the bill, let's say between you, me, and another friend? Or could it happen to you that you give a wildly inaccurate tip and you don't really know if you actually did, but you can tell by the reaction of the waitress that you might have? And in general, do you think that math is kind of like a foreign language? And the next question would be, do you in general make a lot of mistakes when math tasks are given to you? Is keeping track of time an issue for you? Do you underestimate how long something takes, or do you miss appointments? And also, is math in general for you kind of connected to anxiety? If you're not sure about this, then try to remind yourself how you would have felt in a situation like this. And lastly, do you tend to forget information that other people seem to memorize quite easily? Like, for example, your phone number, the birthday of your parents, your girlfriend. Maybe you just moved to a new place and you can't remember your new house number. Things like that. Personally, I answered yes to 11 of these 12 questions, so it's quite likely that I have dyscalculia in addition to my dyslexia. If you can relate as well, then write it down in the comments below. And if you want to do me a favor, then give this video a like. See you in the next one.